Hello everyone, my name is Michael Tombstone. Welcome to the Monday table live stream. And I started a little bit earlier, and I'm sorry it's 6 minutes past 10. I was just trying to get everything together and all that. I think we have a bit of a small crowd. It's kind of early where I am, and most of my friends don't get up at around this time, as we can see. Sheeb and Andy, who usually hop on here, but uh, Solaris, I think she might be busy right now, so we're just going to start this table by ourselves, and you guys can all see exactly how I do this. I'm going off of this. I kind of copy pasted this from what Solaris told me, and this is kind of what her wolf is. We're doing Anahera today, which is not one of Solaris's first wolves, but it's one of her current ones right now. She's an Arctic wolf that used to belong to Morte. She moved to Vita after the war because she realized Morte was defying the mother, which one of the mother spirits, and that is why she that's why she moved. She was a mystic, so she didn't like that. She has blue eyes. She has a white coat. So those are the things we're going to be focusing on. It's not going to be a fairly hard wolf to kind of get together, which was unlike Andy's wolf. She does have a few jewelry, which I'm kind of nervous about. I haven't really done jewelry, but I can try. Or I could try, like, you can also hide it. But that's kind of the cheaty way out. And then she also has a scar across her right eye, which keeps it closed, so that's going to be another little bit of a challenge. But otherwise, she seems to be a fairly easy wolf to do. Solaris kind of also wanted something a little bit kind of angry and crazy, so a little chaotic, a lot of reds. Beware the white wolf on her table. Anahera's kind of having a breakdown right now, so actually, let me reopen that. So that's what we're going to be going off of. So sorry I can't see chat right now. I'm searching. I'll kind of bring this in a second. Let me just get to deviantart and Dawnthieves. So, of course, one of the first things we have to do with all of these is we have to look for the actual stock photo with the wolf. So I actually like going to Sauce with white wolves because Sauce has pretty good white wolves. Like, that's what she's mainly good at. She has a lot of other cool wolves, but these are, again, looks like a huge repertoire of her. We can hear Michael stumble over those words. They're just so majestic. I mean, we're not going for majestic. We're not going for majestic. We're going for crazy. But yeah. So none of these really work. We might. I think Bonnie has a pretty crazy one. Nope, Bonnie does not have a pretty crazy one. And Bonnie is a little bit lighter, or not lighter, darker in some areas, so I don't think that it'd really work. This is a pretty good one. So let's open up that one. She's kind of growling. If we put some nice texture on this, it could work. I might be able to also put a background in it. I wish Solaris was on, because then I could actually ask her if she wanted a full background or if she wanted me to do something with just the head, something like this. We could figure it out, but it looks like she's not on right now. But there's that. And where else? So we want to go back to Sauce. We could probably actually go back. Oh, Solaris popped on. I don't want to go to her chat right now and ask. I just hope that she'll catch the Twitch Skype right now and everything. So this is Khan, I believe, and one of these have really none of these have actual crazy photos, but one of these the photographer did something interesting. She had there's one kind of growling, kind of like don't screw with me and everything, but the photographer did something interesting, and I might be able to show you. She blew bubbles at the wolves, which isn't necessarily bad. Like it wasn't terrifying, but like anything interesting, like see right here, they just kind of went chomping at it. So it's actually kind of funny. It was like, here's an example of what she did. What the hell is that? And so they just go chomping at it. Like, if you ever seen a dog go after a fly, I'm pretty sure the situation was something similar. So here's a few instances. I'm a little bit nervous about over here. Like, it kind of has the good kind of crazy vibe to it, but back here you see another wolf. And it's definitely not something I can do I mean, I could try to do a background with it. You also have the watermark, which is directly on the wolf, which is a little bit of a struggle, because that would be a piece that we would end up using, and usually I crop the watermark out. What else? I mean, we could keep the watermark on there, and actually we wouldn't have to necessarily credit. Actually, I think you still have to credit after that. What else? There are these. I mean, I'm not getting a necessarily crazy vibe from this one. It could work for maybe a background if we found the right one, but I'm not getting that crazy vibe from it. And her eyes are kind of close, so we don't exactly get to use the eyes as much as we want. What else? Where's another one? There's that one, which looks like he's yawning. Honestly, it looks like he's yawning. Yeah, Hanao, yawn. It even says so in the title. I don't think we're gonna go with that. If that was a little bit like more skewed, like perpendicular, that would be a very cool take. Or even like just like a cool, like you put the text in there. But anyway, I don't think I want to go with any of these because I'm not really getting the "I'm going to eat you." Did we already get that one? Huh. That's also a good one. It's got a bit of black on the back, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous, because black is really hard to lighten out, and she is just... But we could actually also get the eye here, one way or another. What else? I don't think there are a lot of freaky wolves. I know that there's one really awesome timber wolf that's just like psycho looking. I'm pretty sure like the wolf was just a little bit startled and they caught it at the right time. But there was a really psycho looking timber wolf picture. I think that was actually in Cotty's repertoire. Or repertoire, don't know if that's the proper word, but that was one of them. You know, I actually might look in Cotty's to see if she does have anything. So, I mean, she does have white wolves. She actually has a wide variety of wolves. I just tend to go to Sauce because she has, like, the best. There's a good one. That's pretty fearsome. And it has the mouth and everything. And it's kind of a yawn, but it looks a little bit more fearsome than the other one, I think. Probably because it's not tilted. It's like, I'm coming straight at you. We'll see what happens with that. Again, we might try something and then we might go back and realize that's just not doing it for us. Though, I have been hard pressed. I've never stretched so much. Oh, see, more bubbles. To the point where I've actually done something completely. I've actually completely ridden up or done a wolf and actually had to go back and realize that wasn't the wolf that I wanted. So I haven't done that yet. It's only a matter of time, though. You never know. That one's more happy. These are more happy. Like, hello, 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 hello. How are you today? We are eating bubbles today. Oh my gosh, so freaking... I used this one for Rousk, actually. This one's not bad. And I mean, like, honestly, it could be really sinister, but she's wanting something all-out crazy, so that's what we're gonna give her. And so, crazy to me means snarly. It's the opposite of what Andy wanted last time, which was just sinister, subtle, and honestly a little stocky. Like stocky, like I'm stalking you. Berlin looks like the wolves are. Oh, hello, hello. You're not creamy like I thought you were going to be. Polar wolves. Clicky. Okay, that's a broken link. Oh, I used that one for Oniro. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. See, this one is actually... It's bright, but honestly, like, if we give the right texture, I don't think it would be that bad. It's like, it actually can be, in and of itself, be a very crazy table. Like, it actually looks like Anahera already. If I could just... I mean, I wouldn't be cutting it out. I think I would just be using the actual table because it... Or the actual picture because it already works so well. So there's that. Okay, I think Solaris is paying me. I'm just gonna tell her right now on chat. I'm not looking at our Skype because I'm streaming. Please go to link provided. Hopefully she gets that. She's still part of the group. I really am trying. I mean, I know I make a mistake here and there, and I try to fix it when I cut the video, which is one of the reasons why I restarted, because I kind of wasn't set in the Twitch TV Skype, but I really don't want to show any of the private chats because that's our private chat, and I don't think you want it aired. I wish I could find a way. I'm probably going to actually get a separate profile rather than the one that I have, just to keep everyone everyone safe with that. So hopefully she can join us soon. I can show her what we've done. Sorry, I'm like hovering over these links and not actually doing anything with them. Let's click on one. So here's another one. This site is still under construction. Okay then. Let's go to these wolves, maybe on this side. Yeah. Klein Ahim, I don't know how to pronounce it, that word, is actually a really good place for white wolves. So that's the place that we usually look for, along with, like, Sauce is has a lot of photos there. She probably has a lot of photos elsewhere. I just know her so well for her white wolves. It's just like, oh my gosh, gorgeous. These are actually also really gorgeous. I like these. Like, I know that's metal, but it's actually really kind of cool. I think it's metal, or maybe it's like, it looks artificial, but it's still cute. That one's nice. It's like, I'm just walking. Solaris, if you can hear me, just let me know, please, because this would be very awkward if I got through all this and no one could hear me. I'm pretty sure I saw the broadcast saying that the thing actually worked, but if you could just let me know. She might be really far behind, though. She just started, because it's like 10:19. So that's going to be a little bit hard. I might have to talk with her, but... Or, like, I might have to, like, chat. Oh, wait. No, she's typing. She's typing. She's doing something. So maybe she's actually caught up. Oh, thank you. Okay, so there isn't a huge delay. Yay. Because I know, like, sometimes it starts at the beginning, and so you want to watch at the beginning, which I totally understand. It's just, when you watch from the beginning, it's not really up to date. Or maybe it works differently. I'm still exploring that. So let's go through my keys, and I think I might have gone here already. Nikki... Not a huge plethora of white wolves all the time. Did I already... Here, let's go here. This is another... These aren't clickable. Ooh, that... Oh my god, I wish I could... That's not what we're looking for, but man, I'm going to make something out of that someday. Just right here. Right here. It's gorgeous. It's like, it reminds me of Balto. That reminds me of Balto's mom, actually. And let's... Where are... Come on, you little crazies. I need you. I think I used a few of these for a Nixon at some point. Oh, gosh, I should come here more often. I think I don't like going here, though, like, in this area, because there's so much snow. And snow is, like, the bane of like, photo manipulation existence. Because, when you're trying to do a background especially, it's like, how do I do? Oh, here we go. Crazy wolf. There's a crazy wolf for you, Solaris. Not sure if we're going to do that one. By the way, do you want a background? Or anything? A background on your wolf? Because some of them I can do backgrounds on, and others I can't. This one looks like it's going to be a not background wolfie, but we can have like a side scroller right here, and her name up there. So just let me know if you want your wolf to have a different background or something. I'll show you the options when I get a bigger variety. They're up here. These are a little bit raggedy. I kind of like them. They're little fluffies. There's another one. I'm kind of looking for the all-out growly and snarly ones like this. No background needed. So we're probably not going to do a background. Yeah, that one has a good placement for the eye. Let me double check. Which eye? Okay, so her right eye. Okay, so let me just orient myself. Right eye. So it would be this one. Which isn't actually bad, though. I might want to do this one. Closing the eye is going to be a struggle. Yeah, that one, I remember trying that with Aiko, and that just... I was like, you want me to do what? Oh! I like this page! A lot of crazies. I mean, again, it looks more like it's yawning, but like you still have the fangs and throw on a good texture, and it also has that raggedy feel, which I would imagine that Anahera has with like, with running around. She's kind of like, she's going insane. Like, according to her character arc right now, she's going insane. There's a madness spirit running around and making all the wolves psycho, so it's kind of like, she's kind of, that eye, it kind of has that look in their eye or something. So that might be a good one. Did I already grab that one? Yeah, I grabbed that. This one has kind of that Cheshire smile where it's like, I'ma eat you. Did I use that one? No, I used the snarly one. So this one has the I'ma eat you smile. The eyes on this one, God, I want to make you. Another day, don't worry. Again, these are kind of more happy-ish wolves, so this one, let's see. Again, it doesn't look like this one has a. It's a little bit more subtle. I thought it was like kind of growly, but he's eating a plant actually, so Or she, I'm not quite sure. Dawnthieves might be watching this and like, that wolf's a girl. I'm like, okay. Another growly one. Works well with the eye. We can like kind of just put a scar. This kind of works out a little bit. And not a lot of legs are showing on this one, so I might not end up drawing in the jewels, which honestly I don't think that anyone wants me to be drawing that in, because like I don't have extreme mouse skills. Oh, we have a lot of really crazy ones here. But there's another wolf in here, which I don't know if that is what... I mean, Solaris, if you mind there being another wolf in here, this doesn't look like something I can necessarily crop out. So let me know if you mind there being another wolf in the picture, but that's a really good one as well. Fair note, this is a lot of what table making is, for those of you who were watching Andy's. There's a lot of table making, not table making, stock search. A lot of stock search. And here's another growly one. I'm not sure if it would be fitting to have another wolf because she's kind of lingering away from the pack, but I'm not sure. Again, like really good pictures, it's just she's growling at someone. In this one, I'm just going to say she because these are eventually going to be Anahera. Wow, we got a lot of them from going over here. Okay, fair note, guys. Rhea, if you're looking for a very scary, growly white wolf. And a lot of these are kind of creamish white, and I'm going to lighten that up, of course. But it also adds a little bit of darkness and, again, craziness to Anahera's already dark and crazy look. So I think I'm just going to finish up with Rhea, and then we can go through this plethora of photos up here and decipher what we want. Let's see, I kind of like that one, but I think I'm overwhelming myself. This one is a little bit less extreme compared to some of the other ones. What else? None of these. Really, there's another one. Kind of shows her leg. She's kind of like snorting like, what are you, peasant? What brings you here? Why have you entered my domain? But that's an option. And then 15. And then we can go through 2013 and 2011, 2012. Oh, here's another one. We already have a lot of... That's actually not bad. What is up with this wolf? This wolf seems to be like... Well, maybe it's just... Yeah, maybe... I don't know. I might try a background with this one that would be kind of hard, especially in this area. And this area right here because of how I cut it. Sorry about that. Because of how I cut it. But we could probably make a lightning background or something. I'm going to try glancing over at 2013 to see if there's anything interesting. God, Rhea, I did not know. Yeah, Rhea has apparently a lot of pretty white wolf pictures. Yeah, I'm going to overwhelm myself if I keep looking through these because we have a lot of other ones. So I'm just going to take a glance, and if something stands out particularly, we can do that. We can go that way. Yeah. Look, it's like, please, can I has a treat? Can I has more bubbles? What else? Yeah, nothing's particularly standing out to me. Thank God, because then we'd have to choose from yet another picture. But I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, the saliva on this one. Ah, that's actually a little creepy. Wow, if we wanted Anahera to be really freaking creepy, then that is like this one more so than this one, because this one it's like a wider mouth, so it's like yawning, but this one it's just like I am salivating over eating you, and it's looking at a wolf, so it's like cannibalism. Though I hear actually in wolf culture, at least according to Andy, and Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, at a later date when you're on, I thought like wolves actually like ate their dead. Like it's a mourning process or something, and they do it by eating their dead, which is okay. Like I'm gonna get crap for that on the internet by saying that's okay. I mean, it how do I put this in a way that I'm not gonna get crap? I can't put this in a way I'm not gonna get crap. Some cultures do that. Some cultures do that as respect for the dead, because it's like you're keeping the dead inside you for the person who has died will always be part of you. We don't practice it. I would never practice it, but some people do that, and out of respect for their culture, I mean, I guess that's okay. Yeah. So long as you are not killing people or actively trying to get people to kill themselves so you can eat them, that's fine. That's fine. So wolves are kind of like that too, where they just are like, as far as I know, Andy, again, you are the wolf expert. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So, your eye. Can I has it, please? It actually wouldn't be bad to have it on a table, a two-sided table, but I think we're good without that. But damn. Those eyes, though. These pictures, though. These, Dawnthieves. I will rave about Dawnthieves until the end of my days. There will be noises on the wind. There will be sounds on the wind where people are like, what is that? Someone, I don't understand what they're whispering. And then they'll just hear one word, Dawnthieves. And it'll be like right over my grave. It'll be beautiful. Anyway. So, yeah, I think we have enough pictures. So let's kind of like do the runaround. I think our longest session is going to be finding wolf stock pictures rather than background pictures, as most of them aren't exactly ones that I want to do backgrounds for. Like this one I can actually kind of do. My only issue is the saliva right here is kind of what makes the wolf really freaking creepy. And if we want Anahera to be really freaking creepy, though, I'd probably flip it because I want to show her eye. So I wouldn't be showing the scar that much, but damn! Like, awesome. This is a really good one because it is kind of like really psycho. Again, though, there's another wolf in it. And I don't really do wolf tables with other wolves in them. Like, I understand, like, maybe for a pack table that makes sense, but this isn't, oh, excuse me. This isn't a pack table. This is a table, a singular table for one person, or a pack image, I guess I should say. This one, she's looking down saying, peasants. You can kind of see her legs, so I can kind of connect, well, I actually would have to like end up doing jewelry, which would be fascinating. For you guys, more of a situation where I would have to agonize over making jewelry. This one, again, it's a one-eyed picture, so I'd probably flip her over so you can see this eye. Because I want to actually show beautiful blue eyes, because making blue eyes is like awesome. But again, a really creepy photo. So we could use that. Again, this one has another wolf in it. I don't think I can cut it out because the wolf is actually directly over the fur. But she's kind of, I mean, I could actually cut it. Actually, this is one of those where I could crop it, and everything. So that could work. And I might be able, like, some face photos, I could actually get a, background out of, like a sky background or something. It could be a little bit more surreal. I'm gonna cut this one out right now because the fur is kind of fluffing it and like getting in the way, so we're not gonna use that one. This one, a little bit creep factor, but we have a better one, so I'm also gonna cut that one out. This one I would be able to keep, but again, there's the wolf there. But we can like probably make a table this way over it. This is probably going to end up being a side scrolly table. Speak now, forever hold your peace, Loris. It's probably going to be a side scrolly table. And not forever hold your peace. You can tell me whenever you're like, I don't know if I like that. But, right here. So, it'd probably end up having a lot of texture. You probably wouldn't even notice the wolf, to be honest. But, there you have it. What is another one? This one is a little bit more subtle. I like the fact that you can kind of see her a bit better than some of the other pictures. Nah, that's too grinny. I know I was like Cheshire Cat smile, but whatever. That one's a little creepy. It kind of goes along with this one, but a little bit crazier. A little bit more fox-like. Then this one is a little bit snarly, but a little bit more subtle. So I think for the ones that we have, we can kind of get rid of that one. I like this one because, yeah, I can make a side scrolly table, though it will have to be on this side, I hear, because like the coding for the other one, we still haven't mastered it yet. Andy and I are on that. ... But regardless, what about this one? This one, moving this because I keep bumping into it. This one kind of, I mean, it has the snarly, but it doesn't have the ultimate creep factor. I mean, some texture might be able to work, and I like that you can see the full body, so we're going to keep that one for now. This is such a great one, but now that I'm looking at all the others, it is really washed out. Like, this would be one that I would have for when I just want to throw texture on it, but it's really hard to use with, like, just the wolf as is. It's so great, though, but honestly, probably not going to happen. Nope. Okay, I really like this one. I really like her face in this one. The only problem is the bubble is right on top of her. So you're going to have wonderful, like, you're going to have all the reds, all the lightning, all the I'm psycho, and it's going to be a little bubble. So I think we're just going to exit out of that. She looks like she's basking in, yeah. There's another wolf back here. Nope. Yeah, this one isn't nearly as crazy as we want it. And that one I actually like. I like that one, but it's not, the face isn't like all pulled back as snarly as we'd like. I think that, I mean, the tail is kind of lifting. It shows really all the signs of you're pissing me off, stap, that most wolves have. Like, you almost have, and the eyes are kind of darkened too, and then we have, like, this side. So, I mean, this would be a good picture, except the snarl isn't, like, it just, you see the tail lifting, and you kind of see the face right here, but you can also kind of make a background out of this. So, let's go back through. I actually this is starting to, like, though I'm looking at it more and more, and for the all-out crazy, like, this looks like more subtly creepy. Like, this wolf is less prone to bite you as it is to lick you and make you uncomfortable. So I don't think Anahera is, like, this would be a Psycho Anahera picture, which, I mean, again, it's going to be a brat to cut out, not to mention, well, we're flipping it. Yeah, but we can't flip it so much. But we want to show the eye. But the eye is the right eye, and then you have the leg. We'll figure it out. I still like that one. It's not really snarly enough. This one is a little bit more snarly. So we're gonna keep that for now. Again, a little bit more snarly. This one has, yeah, that one had the other wolf in it, which I really wasn't comfortable with. This one, you know, it actually kind of works. It might end up being our winner, surprisingly, shockingly. Okay, I just got asked now, Anahera, sorry. That's something I will do. I will call players by their character name. Solaris, what kind of crazy do you want her to look like? Like, violent crazy? Or, the creepy kind of, like, unhinged Cheshire Cat crazy? Like, how do I put it? Is she, I might end up making an artistic choice. I'm trying to figure out which one would work. Like, is she happy while killing, or is she just killing people? Is basically what I'm saying. Like, in your mind, if she was ever to kill a wolf, would she be happy and creepy like this one, or would she just be full-on snarly like this one? So, because that one looks like it would love to eat your face. It would love to eat your face, and it would think that it tasted good. That one doesn't have the full snarl. Yeah, I'm gonna have to exit out of this one too. Yeah, these are really the facial expressions are kind of what we're going for. So, I mean, I actually kind of want to do this one, honestly. Lug, you're insane! Yes, yes I am. Yes, I am very insane. Yeah, that one. One of these two, like one of these. This one, preferably more, because I can turn it around very easily because the table area there. And she's typing. She was typing. Now she's not typing. Solaris, where art thou? Cheshire Cat, kind of crazy. Alright, so, okay, so these aren't exactly, so we're actually probably going to go out with this one. Because this is like, hello. Like, it's kind of like the first one where it was like, it will lick you and make you uncomfortable, but this one actually has more fang. So it's actually kind of more terrifying. Like a laughing sort of a hyena. It reminds me of Famine. Famine, there was this character on Method where he was a laughing sort of hyena and everything. And he had just like this thin, it was like Famine, but like smiley. And he was creepy as hell. And the player played him beautifully. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this one won. Sorry. This one. So we're going to save this image as, and I'm putting in all the stock photos. So this is going to be Anahera by Rhea. So that's Anahera-stock, and that's by Rhea. So now we're going to pull up this, and you guys get to see me juggle with toolbars again. Probably not as much. I am predicting that since Anahera is the only person, or Anahera Solaris, forgive me again, is the only person in Twitch, Twitch TV Skype, we're not going to be having a lot of activity there. Unless, like, she starts talking with her wolf, which might just end up happening. I mean, we have our own mindsets. I talk with Cadman, and he perpetually hates me, which is okay. Alright, so we're going with this one. Alright. So first thing that I want to do with this one is flip it, actually. Why am I flipping it? Because it's likely going to be side-scrolly table. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. And kind of... I would... If I could just make it like he's trying to eat the text, that would be beautiful, but that's probably not going to happen. Probably going to stretch this out a little bit, or we can have it like he's descending into darkness, or she's descending into darkness, because this is Anahera. But we're going to have it flipped out this way too, because I also want to show that eye. I'm not sure if I can exactly show the scar. I might be able to show the jewelry. So this is actually going to be interesting. What leg is the jewelry on? Left front leg. Okay, let's do the famous leg nugget twist around. So it would be this leg right here. Which is a shame it's not, we can't keep it the other way and make it, well actually, but then we don't have the eye. But it would be really good if like the wolf was emerging from the text. Yeah, but we want that eye to show kind of right there, so yeah, I'm just gonna flip it around. But yeah, so the bangles, I might have bangles. Bangles, that's actually a staff member, but might put bangles on this. It'd be cool if I could still put it on that, but we want the eye to show. Though, might make a little bit of a struggle or a push to put the table right here, because it would just be interesting if the face was just emerging out of it. We'll figure that out when we get there, but right now we want to color the wolf a different color. Now remember, we want our different layers, a new layer. It's a whole new layer. So we want it really, I kind of like it fluffy. Fluffy, this is our fluffy brush. We're going to go really big because this is actually a really big photo. And I'm going to be a little bit more careful, so I'm actually going to go a bit smaller because we aren't cutting out the wolf. I'll end up erasing some aspects of her, and we don't have to be too terribly careful. Like, because we can have the wolf kind of glow too, because texture is going to help us. But right now, I'm going to be very careful with, like, I'm not going to be all, like, just throw it on every, like, which way in that. So, just going to color the wonderful Anahera. Yes, we're going to make her a flashlight. By the way, Solaris, you thought I was making a wolf. Haha! I fooled thee. We're making her a flashlight. Behold your flashlight. I hope you enjoy. We're done here. No, we're not. Yeah, so we're gonna do overlay, which I see, and actually, you know what I want to do? I want to go overlay again. Ooh, that's a little bit bright, but I'm actually going to make this color so she can look a bit lighter, and we're going to bring it down a bit. She looks a little bit ghostly. What I actually might do, yeah, I think I'm probably going to do this, is I'm actually just going to throw white on there so that, so if you guys haven't noticed, I made the color, or I made the background layer a little bit white, or colorless. So using the color layer, putting a white on a color layer, just so that it kind of can dim out some of the creams that Anahera has. We could actually make a good table out of this, but we probably don't want a black and white table. I might experiment with that sometime, but right now we're just going to do it this way, where we can kind of see some of the creams, because, I mean, a white wolf isn't just white. It does have creams. It does, especially if it's like been wandering around and it's not the middle of winter. It has white, or it has creams. So therefore, this isn't completely unnatural. We just want to reduce the amount of cream because Solaris didn't specify that Anahera has cream. And some people just like their wolves pure white. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do over here is I don't like that black spot on her. I know, it's just giving me the evil eye, so I'm just going to kind of like smudge it out with that and maybe overlay it so it looks a little bit brighter, and then gonna probably erase it because that is a little bit flashlighty and it looks a little bit more like, it's a very subtle difference, probably not much of a difference at all, but yeah, you guys can see it now. It looks like it kind of blends in as a white. And I'm also gonna put a little bit more white down here because it's starting to look, one second actually, Control Z. We want to make this kind of bigger so it blends, but we're kind of, as you can see, like we're trying to make the bottom fur a little bit more white rather than dark, which, I mean, it's a white wolf and it's gotten dirty, but we kind of want to exemplify or kind of express the fact that this is indeed a white wolf and not a wolf with black on the bottom. Alright, so I think let's just smudge it. So I think that works a little bit. Let me kind of reduce the opacity and try not to make it very flashlighty. I think that works. Actually, no, it looks like she has a little bit of a white. So we're just gonna, yeah, that's working a little bit more. So I wonder if we just like reduce the opacity and just kind of like made everything a little bit whiter. Just like in certain spots. Yeah, actually that's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe up here it's a little bit. Yeah, okay, I think that works. Again, don't know what I'm going to do about the eye over there. I might try to make a scar, but it doesn't look like it's going to be very scar worthy. Because you can't really see it. Which I didn't do on purpose. I wasn't actively looking, I was ready to like, sometimes I will, though, it like depends on the player / the character that is being created. If it's a really gnarly scar and it, well, back in the old day, I'd probably like switch it around and be like, nope, not doing that today. But now I kind of tackle scars more readily. But yeah, if this was when I had first just started, I would have flipped it around so I wouldn't have to deal with the scar, which is a little cheaty way out, but I mean, that's what some people do for what they can handle. What I did with Eiko though once was actually a really cool effect. I didn't like light up his eyes at all, and actually the texture made his eye look black, so it was kind of like a more surreal sort of look for the wolf. So I didn't exactly like intend that. Like I tried doing the scar. I actually did the scar marks, and it didn't turn out as well as I'd like. But the texture made it look like he had really lost an eye. Because of, I'll show you guys that. Actually, I think I have that. No, I don't. I don't think I have that on the site. I'll show you guys that sometime. But it was just one way where I did it. So yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm trying to just erase some of the outside layers. I mean, we don't want her to be too much of a flashlight here. Where are you? Get over here. You're mine. Stop. Okay. Alright, so I think we're good. Alright, I don't think this is actually going to be too hard. I thought this was going to be a pretty long one, but if we don't do a background... Debating! Background... I mean, it might be good. We could... I might explore... tamper with the idea of a background. But if we do a background, then again, like, we kind of fluffify it a little bit, but sacrifice the brilliant fluffification of this wolf already, which I actually kind of enjoy, so it might be more of a texture quality picture. We'll figure it out. New layer. Okay, now we're going to work on the eyes. I love the eyes. I love eyes. For those of you who have seen me work on tables before, you know how much I love eyes. So we're going to section out this guy's eye. Actually, we're going to move that over here so we can cross that bridge a little bit more. Then I'm going to, I already have a new layer up, so I'm going to make the eye white. Yeah, that looks crazy. And then we're going to do a color so that it's black and white. Normally, there are times where I'm actually okay with having the brown layer below it, but that's usually when I'm trying to make an orange or amber eye, because the brown base won't interfere that much. Blue eyes and brown will interfere a lot. If you want turquoise, keep it. If you don't, like if you want the bright baby blue eyes, like what Anahera has, then you want to make that under eye a little bit different. Like you want to make it black and white so the rest doesn't show up. So I'm actually going to duplicate this layer, and then I wonder if it's overlay, like, that's a pretty good white eye. I kind of like how the eyes are already, because I don't have to do a lot to make it look surreal or crazy or anything, but I'll duplicate it again, and then I'm going to, we might keep the overlay under it, but for now I'm going to lock the alpha layer so I stay within the parameters of the pixels already set, which are these pixels, the flashing pixels right here. And then we're going to find ourselves a baby blue, a wonderful baby blue, or a blue that could become baby, that we could make a baby blue. So I'm going to color over that, and see, it already kind of has that baby blue-esque quality if I could color with a full brush. And I actually really like that. It's already blue. It looks a little bit like kind of... My issue with it is, yes, it does look a little bit like kind of colored in with a crayon. But for the basis, since I am planning on actually adding a little bit of highlight to it, it looks okay. It looks okay. Actually, I wonder if we can, what would happen if we added black to the overlay layer. Let's try that out. Not what we asked for. That's not what we asked for. We're not keeping that one. Okay. I am actually a little bit curious. What if it was a darker blue? See, this is kind of like what you want to explore with when you're doing this sort of thing. Like, maybe you want to try a lighter blue. What would happen with that? Am I on the right layer? Yes, I'm on the right layer. So see, not much of a color change. Let's also try color. How does that work? Definitely a little bit of a difference. Just keep your eye on the layer. See, one is paler than the other, so if you want bright blue eyes, that's great, but you also sacrifice the babiness of the blue. Grain merge makes it a little bit fuzzy in my opinion, but I can go with that. Dodge I like more for when it's like for when you have it have the highlights. So we're actually going to, I think I actually want to keep it with the color one, and we might change it later on, but we're going to keep it like that. And I'm going to go make it a little bit bigger, not that big. We want it to be a little bit bigger. Now, if you guys aren't following me, I'm going to make the highlights, or I didn't say this, but I'm going to make the highlights for the eye right now. And then, yeah, I think that's a good blue. So we're going to go get a new layer. So get a new layer on top of the other layer. And then we're just going to put blue right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the layer that we just put blue on, and we're going to make it dodge. I like that a lot. See, this is an example of blue actually doing really well. Actually really working out. Which, yeah, like sometimes it happens with amber eyes, sometimes it happens with blue eyes. This is an example of that, but I kind of actually want to make it a little bit bigger. So we're kind of going to dodge it. Maybe not so big. Like, she doesn't have flashlight eyes, but it's still really cool. So it's just like a matter of like touch and go, like what's good, what's not. Maybe you'll do the same thing and realize you like it later. Yeah, dodge is looking pretty good. I wonder if see, I just duplicated the layer and I kind of got her eye to show up a bit. Now it looks a little bit funky right now because we do have her eye on a very realistic setting for something that's not that realistic. So I always add in a few textures to make it look like it fits in a little bit more. Sometimes people just add in a few color changes here and there, but that for right now looks really good. And then it kind of fits that the other eye doesn't have that. I mean, actually, we could try to see. Yeah, but then you don't have the eye. See, I'm still working off the other table where it's like, oh my gosh, you could just be emerging out of the table, or he could just be emerging, or she. But I think this actually works really well. Let's see if we could also. I'm actually kind of curious though if one of the underlayers was more of an overlay. That actually, ooh. It's shiny, but it's also kind of subtle. It looks a little bit more realistic. What about color? Color brings it out a little bit more. See, the bridge right here, though, is what I'd probably end up erasing because I don't like it showing up that much. Sorry I keep cutting out. The earphones kind of shut off on their own when there isn't any audio input. But I'm trying. It wouldn't be actually that bad to have a. Maybe for future ones, I might have a song running in the background. A nice playlist. I'll get one together for you guys for next table. Gonna erase some of this. See, now you really want to be careful with erasing. Because you don't want the eye to end up looking like you just chopped off half the color. Like I kind of did well with this part, but if you guys saw a little bit earlier, it was like I just kind of cut it off, and it wasn't really as soft, but that actually doesn't look bad. I kind of like that. I'm going to keep it like that. What else? Alright, so we did her eye. We're not doing the other eye. Usually I'd add a bit of highlight on the other eye, but her eye is scarred. She cannot really see through it. She's lost use of it, so therefore it doesn't get the glowiness. And I might actually break this rule for Aiko if I ever get his table, because he's on the site now. He actually has an ability where he can see auras with the broken eye. It's just something that the mist did to his eye, and it's actually really cool. So I might actually make that eye. Wonder if I can put black. Like, would it work if I put black on the side of the face? I'm just gonna try something really quick. No, not like that. Gonna make it bigger. Solaris might be like, Lug, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop! Right. Nah, she looks a little bit more heterochromatic. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, so we have Anahera. Okay, so we have Anahera kind of right here. Acting all crazy, about to eat my mouse. About to eat my paintbrush on nose. Next thing, I think we're actually ready to get her some textures. Now, I think one of the great things about this picture is that we could, there would be no issue with having done the eye before we got textures. Now, see, the thing behind that is I like doing the eye last. Well, I know I do the eye first in some cases, in which case I usually end up being like, oh shoot, well, now I have to merge it with the rest of the picture. But we can keep all the layers in this picture without having to merge it or reduce it, because we're not trying to put it on a background layer. I don't think I want to put it on a background layer. I might decide that different later. But I think we're just going to keep it on the layer that it has right now, because it just looks so great already. And I don't want to mess with that. Like, the whole background kind of works with it, especially when you kind of black it out a little bit. Wonder if we actually up the black and white. Ooh. I actually like it a little bit more black and white. And then we're probably going to add a little bit of a... Ooh, let's see if we can add a little bit of red overlay, because I know that Miss Solaris over here wanted more reds. So let's add a little bit of, I think a dark red would do us nicely. Dark red. Okay, we're done. Enough done. Enough said. No. Actually though, shoot. What are you doing? What? Stop! Stop, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to be here. No. So, you're not allowed to be here. Go. Then. Alrighty then, so I think... Does that work? I don't think you can tell a difference, but I'm going to keep it as it is. Well, actually, I can't anymore. Let me just erase a little bit over here. Yeah, I think that works. Alright, so we're going to keep this back. Sorry for the delay. Overlay it. Okay, I like it. I do like it. Just my issue is that the eye clashes with it a lot. Red on blue doesn't... I don't like the color scheme. Some people are like, best color scheme ever, and I'm just like, nope. I wonder if it's grain merge. Maybe if we do dodge. God, I actually like that. Wow. we can kind of like darken up some. Yeah, she's a little bit bright. So I'd kind of do something along those lines. And maybe I'd up the color scale a bit more, maybe not. That's not bad though. I kind of like that. What is this? This is Dodge. I would want to, well actually we want to keep the color there. See though, it is like a little bit kind of washed out for me as well. We don't have a lot of hard lines. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming, like what I'm doing or where I'm coming from. It's a little bit bland, but hopefully maybe we'll keep that on there. But we're gonna go look through Dawnthieves to see if we can kind of figure out something better. Now remember with Dawnthieves, really, no, I'm not going through browse. I want to go through, or I'm not going to watch. I want to go through browse. Just you could do this. Just keep talking. But yes, my only purpose is to keep talking to you guys. Well, I mean, for this purpose, yes. But remember with Dawnthieves or DeviantArt, you want to go to resource and stock images when you're looking for your textures. You do not want to pick up something that someone made for photography because, and sometimes they'll say this, but there are other times when they don't. You generally can't use that. You generally can't. And it's just better if you don't, because it's just, you don't want to get in that sort of trouble. So I'm just going to look up texture, which is what I usually do. We also have some nice reds here, so we might not need this layer right here. We can just go into some reds. Yes, we're going to get sparkles for crazy Anahera. No, we're not. This isn't a bad one. Our stock no longer holds model stock reason because no one uses them. Anyways, texture I randomly made in case you're wondering. All comments, faves, submissions, replies, and resources are mostly made by me. What? Comments, faves, submissions. I don't know what he's saying. It looks, let me just go to the page or her page. Rules. Please credit us in your description giving me a link to the stock image. Please ask me if you want to use model stock outside of DeviantArt. Don't just take them. Do not use our model stock on sites. Do not use our model stock on other sites other than DeviantArt unless asked. Now, see, you want to make sure that you go through the rules to make sure that's okay. We will favor if you use our stock. Do not make our stock into brushes. Do not use our stock for mature content. Models are below 20 years old. You can use textures outside of DeviantArt commercially in school projects in your portfolio as prints without my permission, but I would like a link to what you've used. I'd like to be credited wherever possible. So basically, it's kind of the rule of thumb with most textures. People with textures are a little bit more lax than people with like their wolf stock or their background stock, because textures are really just kind of something you throw on the a picture to make it kind of condense and make it look better. You kind of make it a sort of collage sort of thing. Some people are a little bit more strict, but most people are okay with it. Are okay. Let's go here. Same person. I like this one a little bit better than this one. Now let's close that one. Than this one, because this one has a little bit more subtle tones, where this one has hard lines, and hard lines is kind of what we're looking for in a stock. Now I do like this one because it has this subtle line right here, and it's kind of just like fuzzy in a lot of places, which is really good if you were trying to center it over the wolf, like the faces in the center, and then the surrounding edges are sort of blackened. you guys might not understand what I'm saying, but I'll show you more about it when we get into it. So I kind of like this one, but I like this one a little bit better because of the hard lines. It just we need to figure out the mood we're trying to set. And if the mood can be set with subtle lines or hard lines. Sometimes you don't need hard lines. Other times you definitely need them for that. Popular all time. I don't like looking popular all time because I've kind of exhausted a lot of these. Let's go to 1 month. This one I used it for Sky. And I mean, I know I used it for Sky, but come on. Come on. Crazy? Yes. Yes, I think so too. No rules for usage. We can also go to over here. A little bit bubbly on the side. I'm not really too keen on circles because circles tend to be more friendly. And we're not trying to go for the friendly, but yeah, sure, we can try that. Rocks. Rocks are actually pretty awesome. It kind of adds a little bit of a gravelly texture to what we're looking at. And it has all the hard lines, so let me actually open this in a new tab. So we might keep that too. This isn't actually a bad one either. And it says texture is completely free. You can use it in your work provided that you post a link to the profile from which it is downloaded. Got it. And then this one I actually like as well because of the hard lines. They're a little bit more subtle, but there are still lines. So, and it's the same person. And it's completely free, so we can use it. I like this for the lines. Oh, and it's the same guy that I used for LaKayla's table. So, he's pretty legit too. I'm actually starting to like him a little bit more. I might actually give him a shout out. He made this picture. So I might end up using that. What else? I'm looking for mostly reds. Dandelion. Yeah, but that, I mean, it has... Let's look at it. Let's see if this dandelion is worth it. Has the watermark on it, which is a little bit like, yeah. Ooh, wait, hello. Hello, who are you? I want to talk to you. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. Yeah, we might use that one. And then it has the browns, so it could also work there. Yeah, this one yeah, that one I couldn't use. I was kind of sad. That one's a really good one. Why is there, why is there, see, I like that one, but it's kind of, it has the purples in it. I don't think that's what we're going for. Especially not with the reds. Let's see. I think we've exhausted 1 month, so I guess we can go to all time and see if we can scroll down a little bit. See, I've used a lot of these. I've used a lot of these / I know a lot of them. That one just popped up there. Yeah, but it has all the flowers, but it's like nice and everything, and it's I guess we can use it. I guess we can keep it. I don't think we're trying to, like, I noticed the fire textures up here, which are nice. I mean, they're a little bit dark, but they're also bright, and I tend to reserve fire textures for, like, Anahera is going crazy. So this is something I would use for Anahera, because it's kind of bleeding. It's not red like fire, it's red like bleeding. It's red like danger. It's red like, ooh, Sirius. So that's a good one. And then this is another. Ooh, Sirius, you have outdone yourself. Yeah, there are a few stock artists that I like, particularly because they tend to be a little bit more lax on. By the way, I didn't look at Sirius' stock because I know that they're okay. There are no rules. Have fun. Same with the other guy's stock. I used them for Anahera's, or not Anahera, Lakayla, and his stock was free so long as I credited him, which of course I did. Crack texture. I don't see any stock rules. Let's look at them really quick. Rules: use only images in my free stock folders. Textures. Alright, so free texture stock. I think it's in the free texture stock. Yeah, we have a few cracked ones anyway in the free texture. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I like the rest on that one. I think I tried using the gold. I think I'm just going to use this one. Yeah, I don't know if that's the one that we started off with, but looks nice. Keeping it. I'm terrified that I'm boring Solaris right now. More stock searching. Da 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 da. This is actually a really good one. Alright, so we have a few options. I think, damn, we have a plethora of options. I don't know what it was about Andy or Anahera, but apparently Anahera, or like Sky or Anahera, but apparently Anahera was like, I'm going to get all the stock and it's all going to apply to me and you're going to have all the options. So, that's what happened. So I have a feeling I'm going to look at them really quick. I want to make sure that I can use it. Rules. Okay, yeah. So long as we give credit, which is great. This is great. So yeah. So let's take another look at our Cheshire cat-ish wolf. I'm actually going to take this layer off them because we have a bunch of nice choppy layers that might do them better, or do her better. So I'm going to start off with this one, mostly because it's the first one that popped up, and also because it looks damn awesome. Alright, so Anahera texture by. You want to make sure you know who it's by. Shoot. Who are you? Frabicate-stock. Okay. Frabicate-stock. Just so you know who did it. So that you don't have to. So you're not scrambling for crediting later. Also, make sure to save. I don't save myself nearly as often as I should, but here, video table. I don't save nearly as often as I should. Please be better than me because it is very, very depressing when you lose the table that you've been working on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to open as layers, Anahera texture. Now I'm going to take this, cut it, kind of scroll out too, and then we're going to make a new layer so I can paste it on the layer. And actually... let's not do it that way. See, one of the reasons why I'm not particularly a fan of actually... I'll show you guys. You guys don't know what I'm talking about right now. Or maybe you do, and you can follow my nonsense. Open as layers. This is the option where you can click on it, and you open up one of these textures as a layer, which is great, or one of the images as a layer, which is great, but the issue is that when I erase it, here, I'll show you guys when I erase it. This is my problem. It's white. It's the under layer of the color, which isn't always great because I kind of want something transparent. I wonder if you can make this transparent. Let's see. If you can make this transparent, then your problem is solved. But I have not found a way to do that. Transparent? Nope. You picked white. You picked a variant of white. So reset. So yeah, that's the only issue I have with it, which kind of screws with things. But then again, if I put it on a bottom layer, then it will conform to the size of that bottom layer, so, or that top layer, so I can't really do that either. So we can arrange it and adjust it as we see fit. Right now I'm just going to deal with it like this, and then we're going to add a layer option to it, which is, let's try overlay. Ooh, I like overlay. Overlay is pretty attractive and a little bit scary. And I think Anahera also approves. Grain merge. A little bit darker. You kind of don't see all of her face. And the eye kind of did a little bit, it kind of went a little bit wonky with the color. But I do like how that is going. Maybe make it a little shine a little bit more. I like gray merge, but there are some issues. Wonder what color does. I want to use this someday. But today is not that day. Screen is sometimes good. Kind of makes it a little bit like a washed out old photo, which sometimes is what you're looking for. What else? We already did overlay burn. Not with this photo. Actually, let's see if we reduce. See, burn has a few, like what it's doing to her right now is actually kind of interesting. So I might keep it like that. But right now we're also looking through some of the other options. Value, not happening. Addition, more so happening. A little bit bright on the top, but otherwise it's not bad. I actually might have it not a side scrolly table. I mean, it looks like it could be a side scrolly table, but there's also part of me that kind of wants to make it... Actually, I have an idea, but it's a little bit surrealist. We'll see about it later. Let's go down to, I think we looked at all the ones. I don't like grain extract because it makes it blue. Grain extract, I think, takes the opposite, or like the counterpart to the color that's already there. Darken only. No, thank you. Addition. I think we went through addition. I like addition a lot. But let's look at another color scheme. Actually, I also like overlay, and I kind of want to add highlights to Anahera. I'll include the option not to have highlights just in case Solaris doesn't like it. Solaris, if you don't like highlights, just speak now. Save image. Anahera texture by Struckdumb. Alright. So now we're going to go back to here. File. Open as layers. Anahera Struckdumb. Yeah, we're going to have to expand you a little bit too, bud. Alright, so highlights are fine according to the almighty Solaris overlay. No thanks. Not that one. Maybe overlay would actually work. I'm going to try something. I think if it's a little bit more black and white, overlay wouldn't be bad. Or like any other colors would be bad. Huh. It looks like she has veins. Ooh. But honestly, I kind of want to desaturate this. So we're actually going to look into desaturation. Let's just put this on normal. Because I only like the veins, the colors, and the... What are you doing? You're supposed to be getting that part. No, move. Wrong one. Sorry, guys. Move, active layer, and scooch over so you can cover the whole picture. And we're going to go to colors, and we're going to go to desaturate. And we're going to make it a little bit more luminous because I want to show out those hard lines. And that is one of the few times I actually use desaturate. So we're going to put it up here. And then I'm going to make it overlay. So see, it doesn't have the color to it, but it has the hard lines that I was talking about that not all textures have. Now it's a little bit too cracked and it's not as bright. I want to see what value does. Okay, I think value only works with color. I really think it does. So does hue. Okay. Yeah, so little discovery for you guys. Well, I do like the idea of her cracked and sort of... I mean, I think at most this will be a nice subtle layer to it, but we really want a big kind of color red, like a flare, just to fuck everything up. Like, literally, just to make it look kind of skewed and crazy and all that shit. Yeah, we already went burn. Okay, we're going to keep overlay. I think I might even reduce overlay by a bit because it is a little dark over here. Let me see if I can actually lighten that up with a little bit of white. I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time because what are you? Oh. Never mind. Thought that my computer was revolting against me, but guess not. So, I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time because it can kind of screw up with how your picture is. But, in fact, actually, if you're doing it, do it with a very big brush so that it looks fluffy. You want it to be fluffy so it blends. Because, see, I don't like how dark it is over there. So I'm just going to amp it up and then I'm going to overlay. So it's a little less dark, as we can see. See, so sometimes it works, sometimes it makes it look really bright. I might even duplicate it. So see, sometimes you get that effect, which I mean is okay so long as you can like erase it and make it look more subtle and like it's part of the picture, but otherwise it looks really sloppy in some cases. Fortunately, we're not in one of those cases. Unless I am wrong. If I'm wrong, someone speak now, forever hold your peace. Just gonna be using that a lot. So we use this one, I don't want to use this one. it looks nice, but I really don't. Some of these look like they're gonna really kick ass. This one, not so much. And we already have the crack texture, so we don't need that. I'm going to try this. I don't have a lot of faith in it, actually, because of the colors. I don't think it's going to merge well with her, but we can try. Anahera texture by Somad Jin. Somad-jin, I think is how you say it. So file, open as layers, Somad-jin. Okay, and we're just going to try it out overlay style. Again, actually, not that bad. It's kind of getting a little bit muddled, a little bit, like, kind of crazy. But the colors aren't coming out as I want them to, which is actually kind of what I was worried about. Yeah, see, sometimes you can move the texture around. Maybe grain merge. No, grain merge is not gonna work. Dodge sometimes. With some textures, dodge really works. With this one, it's not really cutting the chase. This is kind of psychedelic. You'd probably want to put it under here if we kept it like that. I actually don't mind that. It looks a little bit too colorful for my liking. I might keep that though in my repertoire of things to do with feature wolves. We're gonna get rid of that layer because I actually really want to keep it mostly reds. So I want to go back to this one. We're going to save this image. Texture 666. That's a little frightening. Yeah, look at that. I think that name was on purpose. Look at, like, there's eyes. Hello. Alright, but, Anahera texture, and what a more fitting texture for someone who's being possessed by a madness spirit. By Sirius-sdz. File, open as layers, Sirius. Alright, now I'm actually going to tilt this because I think this might benefit from being 90 degrees, if I can get it 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Thank you. And then we're going to flip it so that it's facing the head. Because I might actually turn this table vertically. We're going to see how that works. It might not work, or it might. But if we get it right, it could turn out really well. So we're going to try overlay first. I always try overlay first because overlay is actually, in my mind, overlay looks, is your first kind of judgment about how the table is going to look. Yeah, see, this is why we kind of brightened it. I actually might add another one of these because holy crap, does that make it dark? Or not. We'll see. Yeah, but see, there's definitely a difference. You definitely have the red seeping through. It's kind of dark, it's sinister, it's scary. She's going to kill you. Which is, I think, what we're all looking for. We're looking for an Anahera that's going to kill you. And we have that. Let's try some of the other layers. Grain merge. A little bit darker than I would like. Even with the white layers we have to buffer it. Dodge. Actually,
See, if we add dodge, because that actually doesn't look bad on her, honestly, and it looks like, oh my god, this is so cool. It looks like the blood is coming off of her maw and kind of streaking down. I mean, I might duplicate, I think I want to duplicate it a little bit and try overlay. Maybe dim it a bit, but holy crap, that looks sinister. I really like that. Yeah, see, this is what you do. You wow yourself. You're like, was I even capable of that? But I actually really, really like how that turned out. We might even take some of this. Yeah, I don't think we need the white layers anymore because it's just like blood. Oh, and if we make this whole... Okay, so tilt your head to the side, do something. Imagine if this table was vertical. And then we actually had it going down, which is what I was considering earlier, but I wasn't sure, so I wasn't like totally about my ideas, but that actually, I think that might work. I think that really might work. And then we're going to do highlights too. Yeah, I think we have it. I think we have what we're looking for here. Alright, so next thing we want to do is highlights. I don't typically do highlights without fluffifying because fluffifying makes everything better, but in this case, we kind of want her maw to show out. Like, if anything, I just want to do highlights to attract eyes to the maw, to the jaws that are open, that are kind of like seeping blood. God, that looks fucking gorgeous. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. And you want to make sure you're always on a transparent layer, just letting you know. So, rule with highlights, you want to make sure you have the fuzziest brush on the lowest setting. So one, you do not want the pencil. The pencil automatically sticks to particular pixels, which is okay when you're trying to like fill in like areas that look a little bit wonky. Like when you see with some dodges, they have black spots because the dodge just affected it like that. But for right now, we're not sticking with pixels. We are just trying to get the teeth to look all scary and freaky and stuff. With that said, I'm actually going to take off a few of these textures because I really want to see how the teeth kind of work. Actually, I'm taking all of them. The teeth and then the tongue. We want the tongue. We want it to look like this wolf can lick us then eat us in one bite. Alright, so we're just going to go... You guys get to see me do highlights with a mouse, which is going to be a little bit interesting. I'll add one with no highlights just because some people do prefer that. I know Solaris said that she she wouldn't mind, or she said highlights were fine, but if she wants the option, I'd like to give it to her. See, the lips are a little bit hard. I did one table really well with highlights. I mean, you couldn't really see them, which is kind of like what it's supposed to be. And sometimes, like, I don't even necessarily do highlights correctly compared to the next person. My highlights are kind of like drawn in, not subtle at all. It's kind of like if someone wanted blue extensions in their hair. That's kind of what I go for if you want an apt comparison. Yeah, I really want to do the jaws on this because, oh my god, like, look at that. And then they're seeping with blood. Which is exactly what we're going for because she's crazy, folks. Don't touch her. Okay. Got it. Feel free to come whenever. I don't know if I'll be done before you get back, but cool beans. Have fun with Luca. So Anahera. Solaris, no, the player and the character are not the same person. Some people are like that. Hothier chose his username from his actual character, Hothier. Which was interesting. People, when we were discussing things, it was a little hard to decipher sometimes, but hey. I only ever did that once with Lug Nugget. Well, I actually do it a little bit more often because Michael, I have a character concept for the idea of Michael Tombstone. But with Lug Nugget, I rarely ever did it. At most, I did it once with a goblin because I thought, hey, nuggets, a goblin on WoW. I thought, like lug and then nuggets. So lugs are kind of a lug bolt, I think is what they're called. I'm not sure. I know that Hothier got confused one time because it was like he called something lug nuggets when it was had to do with like bolts and everything. They gave me crap for that. Funny stuff. This is what happens when you make internet friends. They make you ruin your words. So don't make internet friends, people. Yeah. How does that look? Might kind of... Yeah, we'll see how much of this actually stays when the texture is on. This is kind of my attempt at making it look cool. It has a bit of the fleshy mouth actually. She does. I think this is the fleshy mouth. Probably not. I mean, I know that some dogs have it, some retrievers have it, and the fleshy mouth is basically so that they can retrieve food without without really breaking the skin. They have teeth and everything, but their mouth is all flesh-like. So maybe they have this too. Selective breeding, am I right? Yeah. Story time. Because this is taking a long time. Story time. What can I say? If you guys would like to let me know, no one's on chat right now, but if you guys would like to let me know, I do have a web camera, which I will start utilizing. So I might go in and discuss to you guys about the 4 no-nos of roleplay, or 3. There's one 4th no-no that's kind of a little bit, this damn tooth, stop, obey. But there's this 4th no-no that she mentioned, but I hadn't really ever heard of. It's called twinking. And I looked around, and on the internet, there wasn't a lot to say on it. I might look through RPGD again, or I might make a forum about it, asking the question. She mentioned it, and it actually, it's one of those things where you recognize it, but it's hard to explain, or at least it's hard for me to explain. She might be like, I don't know what you're talking about, Lug. It's completely easy, or something, but for me, I kind of don't know how to approach it. Because I think in my mind, the struggle that I have with it is it borders on personality. So you should have free range of your character's personality, barring some situation, which those situations being, like I'm just going to put it hands down. It's not fun to play someone who doesn't develop. You want a character that can develop. So, all powerful characters tend to struggle doing that, so don't necessarily want someone like that. Okay, look, she looks a little bit... The teeth look a little bit wonky. I might fix that. And then, of course, mental illness is something you should really be careful and conscious of. Like I always say, as both a psychologist and a player, and someone who just generally knows people that struggle with these things, mental illness is probably one of the bigger ones. One of the bigger struggles that people tend to people should be careful of. 1 second, I'm trying to... Okay, you know what? You want to play like that? I can't even see her nose. I can't even see it, which is hard. You kind of have to kind of guesstimate where her nostrils are, or make them all artsy and stuff, and then they can just pretend to be beautiful. But that's just the area that you tend to want to be more careful with. But I would just also throw in character development as a really important aspect in and of itself, because God, really, it ended up looking like that. Why are you so hard, Nose? Why do you do this to me, Nose? You don't want to do this to me. Actually, why don't I just... Yeah, might just end up making the nose a little bit vaguer. Than I usually do, because that's a nose that I'm just... It looks like... Alright, let me try overlay or grain merge, and then let's try it with all of these. I actually really don't mind it with everything included. I wish I could do more with the nose, but I'm actually probably gonna just gonna do a rough outline of the nose, because I really don't want to make it look like it's protruding. So yeah, and sorry I'm yawning a lot. This is actually early for me. I tend to stay up late, but I want to do this early because Anahera needed a table, and Solaris is in another continent, which means a completely different time zone, which means that I just wanted to... Okay, that's on the same. Let me make that normal. Which means that I would need to like do a few things for her. It's the same thing I did with Andy. And why do I want to call her Annie? It's Andy. But yeah, it's the same thing for what I want to do with Andy. She got her table on Sunday instead of when I usually do it, because she couldn't make it on Monday. And so I like doing that for people, as you guys know. I'm actually going to add a little highlight on the eye. I mean, this is kind of a good line to accent. Just add a little bit around here. You might not be able to see it that much, but it's nice to have. Then we get around here. So I like doing the ears first because the ears give me a good point of reference. Yeah, and I keep on trying to say something. I keep on trying to remark. Have a character that can develop, just hands down, personality-wise. And I'm not saying that because it's a pain in the butt to deal with. I'm saying it because if your character can't develop, and I'm basically saying don't make a perfect character. That's the only other no-no I can think of that has anything to do with personality, because if you make a perfect character, it's not really fun for anyone. I mean, it could be fun for you. That might be considered what your fun, but one of the things I like best about role playing is you see your character develop. You see how they grow or like evolve or devolve. It's fascinating. And if you don't allow for area to do that, then you totally miss out on one of the biggest parts of role playing, and one of the biggest parts that I enjoy and that a lot of people enjoy, and the reason why people make so many sites about this. So, like, I mean, it's something like add a few character flaws. I mean, I have a pacifist, but I used to have a pacifist, and now Bengals took over my pacifist because I didn't like playing him and his dad in the same thread. Yeah, playing two people in the same thread is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. And I actually wanted him to have a legit relationship with his dad rather than me predicting every aspect of their relationship. But I made him a pacifist, so he's nice and he's kind, and his personality is fairly great in most aspects, except for the fact that he can't fight. So he's kind of imperfect in that sense. And then Cadman has like the opposite issue. He can fight. He's turning into more of a people person. He developed into that. But he has kind of Samaritan syndrome. Now I'm just rambling about RP stuff. But he has kind of like Good Samaritan syndrome, which I guess you guys can see a link to that later. But it basically means that he wants to help people, which I mean is great, and a lot of characters do that. It's like kind of the basic for all quest giving games where you just help people. Awkward Zombie actually has a really funny comic on that. But he has Good Samaritan syndrome, which is something that a lot of people have, except the fact for him is that it's driving him insane, because wanting to keep so many people safe is stressful and everything. So again, good character development. It's just something to enjoy about roleplay. Another thing to enjoy. Another reason why you should join us. Join the cult. Yeah. One of the things I'm kind of worried about with the highlights, I mean, it might fix it that it's on top of some textures, but it's not exactly plain to see on the white fur, which is okay. Like, we got it on the moth. That was what I wanted to attract attention to. But it's also nice to kind of go with the fur, kind of like flow with it, add some kind of jarring aspects to it, especially for a wolf that's supposed to be crazy. She's lost it. What more to talk about? I'd ask for questions, but no one's in chat right now, so most of the people who are going to be seeing this are probably going to see it as a recording. Well, I mean, I might as well ask this now. If there's anything that you guys want me to do regarding how I upload things, because we're already running into a few roadblocks. One of which being my Windows Movie Maker, which has problems. It's been developing problems. It's really hard to make a video without any of the black spots. I try to make it with transitions, and that's been helping a little bit, but they're still there. And I'm trying to look for something that I can make a regular video out of. I have a web camera now, so I don't have to use my phone. It's not going to be all choppy and everything, because the web camera seems to sync well with Windows Movie Maker, but it's still a little bit annoying. So So I just want to let you guys know that in this transition time, do you guys mind if I upload videos, particularly videos about Let's Plays? Because normally what I can do is I can make shorter videos for roleplay, because that's just me talking. You guys don't want to hear me talk forever. You guys, this is probably longer than you guys want me to talk. I'm just talking so I don't bore you with just lines. I really should add music here too. Music might not be a bad idea. But what you guys, but I could, back to the Let's Plays. The Let's Plays are a little different because Let's Plays tend to be longer. I've uploaded 30-minute Let's Plays, and this past time, I thought it would be nice to give you guys an hour-long Let's Play. I might do the same thing next time, because I kind of played for an hour, though. Not a lot of action. Well, actually, we did a few things. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But I just want to let you guys know, or ask really, if you guys are okay with me uploading at the pace that I am with Let's Plays. So, just shoot me an email, give me a comment, write me a letter, and then mail it to nowhere because you guys don't know my address. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think one way or another. Have an opinion! Yeah, that's one of the things we talk about a lot in staff. Have an opinion about stuff. Right, and then I think I'm going to add a few more here. God. See, like, Sky's table was long and difficult because we had to cut her out, we had to put her on a background, we had to make the background work with her. Anahera's table is longer and difficult in the fact that there are just so many, like, intricacies of this. And I still have to, like, add on the words and make it all pretty and shit. So, yeah, I think tables are just going to be freaking long. Like, really long. And then, if you guys, if you notice, her fur is kind of like, I'm making it a little bit more flowy. I'm kind of extending it from what it was. Here it's kind of like strands. Below it's kind of like actual conglomerates. This is partly me trying to get a handle over my own highlight style, and it's also just the fact that up there it's a little bit more strands of hair, like fluffy, and then here it's more like flowiness. So because she might be crazy, and she might, not be taking care of herself, her fur, but we know one thing: she still needs to look gorgeous. We need to make crazy look attractive. Yes. Yes, we need to make crazy look sexy. That is the job of a photo manipulator on a roleplay forum. You need to make crazy look sexy. And I need to also do her little bangle over here, which might be a little bit, created, forced, not forced. It might not, it's not going to look like a realistic bangle. It's going to be more artsy-like, but we're going to make it. It's going to happen. It's going to look gorgeous. Solaris is going to like it, and if she doesn't, she can ping me later. She knows where I'm at. She knows the website I live on. It's A-okay. Yeah, I'm kind of just, I don't like, stop. You guys aren't doing it right. I don't like you. Yeah, see, with the mouse, it's just, I miss my trackpad. Whimper. No, thank you. Okay. I think that's good. I think we have something here, and I'm just going to add in the other textures to make it look more alive. It's alive! Dun dun dun. I think that was just someone closing. Oh, well, if I scream and die, someone please call 911. Pretty please? As she peers around the room. Yes, this is why I do live streams. You guys are responsible for my health. And no one's watching. Lug Nugget is going to survive for a long time. Alright. I think that's actually pretty good. We have something going on. I wish that the highlights kind of stood out a little bit more. Especially on our ears, but I think that's what we're going to get right now. So the next thing that we need to do is, I think, honestly, flip this bad boy over. Or crop it first, because we still have Rhea's, like... Actually, no. Next thing we need to do is, the bangles, of course, dot dot dot. I tend to forget the tiny things. Some people need to be in the chat box screaming at me like, hey, you forgot this! Or something like that. Preferably not in that voice. Alright, so let's look at that. She found a golden bangle encrusted with red jewels. She now wears on her left leg. Alright, so a gold bangle. So we kind of want something a little bit more gold than that. That's a little bit too bright, but with the textures that we're going to use, or like the, not the textures, but the layer options that we're going to use, it's going to be a little bit bigger, and then we kind of want it to, I think, not so hard, but a little soft. Something like that. So it's kind of going down right here. I'm actually going to erase it a little bit. Let's make you a little bit bigger. Yeah, see what I'm trying to do there is give it the illusion that it's kind of descending down. It's descending into that. And then it's kind of wrapping around up there. I think that works. It's not supposed to be that high up on her foot. So I'm actually kind of fudging it a little bit. But I kind of wanted to get this in. So one, for practice for me, and then so you guys can have a sense of how I'm trying or attempting to do it. And there's red jewels. Yeah, don't want that. Then, yes, beautiful. We're done. No, we're not. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Burn actually might work. Yeah, I don't think we want red gems like that. How can... Actually, that might actually work. So it gives it kind of a little sense of something a little bit rugged, a little bit ragged. I might actually add a little bit of a highlight. So let's add a little bit of dodge. Dodge actually doesn't look that bad. My only concern with Dodge is that it does kind of make it a little bit brighter than it should be. But have no fear. Lug Nugget is here. Kind of. Let me just... Wait, where are you? Where did I put you? Oh, there you are. Alright, so we are going to duplicate the layer. But what we're going to do is we're going to lock the alpha, bring it down a notch, and then make that area black. And then what I want to try to do, I'm going to get a different brush, is I'm going to make it an overlay. So, I actually kind of like how that turned out. Yeah, because then you can kind of see it's a little bit more rustic. Again, it doesn't look like exactly like Bangles, but I'm not trying... I wonder if I actually duplicate that layer. Not quite what I want. Actually, though, if we do duplicate it and then we reduce, then it looks a little bit more of what we're looking for. I'm not making it look realistic because we have the textures over it, and it's more just like an artistic variation of the Bangles, and it makes my life a little bit easier. But we can always like look at how it kind of transferred. I might add an option not to have the Bangles. Variations, right? But for now, we kind of, I think that's a good setup for what we have, and if she wants to change it or if she doesn't like it, then she can just choose another table to use. Right, so I'm going to crop it. I want to crop out the watermark. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do new from visible so that we have... Actually, I wonder if we get these layers on. Do we want those layers? Wonder. So let's like add that. No, we want it darker, so we're going to keep it like that. And then what we're going to do is actually shoot. We kind of want to see. We're going to have to move the whole thing. Alright, so this is what I do when I'm in one of these situations. I save as Anahera video table editable 1, so I can go back to that when I'm having issues. And then what I like to do is, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to merge everything. I'm going to flatten the image. Now see, the reason why I did this is because we want to turn this horizontal, or vertical, not horizontal, vertical. And if we did that with just one layer, it would just turn that layer vertical and it would look all sorts of wonky. So we're going to turn this whole thing vertical. So give me a good 90 degrees. Welcome back, Miss Solaris. We're just working, so we're not merging, fit canvas to layers. There we go. I did the bangle over here. If you like it, it doesn't have to have it. I'll be doing variations without it. Actually, wait. Hold on. Is there a way to flip the image completely? Rotate the image? Transform. Okay, oh yeah, rotate. Okay. No, actually, you just don't go here. Don't do the other thing that I did. When you find a way to do that. And be careful with rotating because you want to make sure her eye is on the right side. Transform. Rotate 180. So yeah, her eye is still on the right side. And we have our bangle right here. BT dubs. if you wanted that or if you didn't. I'm going to keep all the layers like that because we want to give her options for highlights, no highlights. We want to give her all the options basically. And then after that, I'm going to start with, yeah, because we're at 750, so we don't need to shrink it. We can just have it like that. And then we're going to have her descending or ascending from darkness to eat the poor text. Anahera. I think that was all she wanted. Yeah, Anahera was the only thing that she wanted on the table. We're going to make that huge. I would ideally like it to kind of take up the whole table, like at the top, but Anahera is kind of, well, we'll see. Now let's make this white because we kind of want this to show up while we're looking through the text stuff. Where is latex stuff? Latex stuff. Okay, there we go. Now, I mean, next boring part, just going through these to see what works. What looks nice, what doesn't, what sucks, what makes it look creepier. There's actually a little chiller one in here that might work. I'm kind of flipping through it a little bit fast. Because, yeah. Because I'm just looking for something that gives me the general impression of, I can be creepy. So you want something that hits you immediately. That's interesting. That, ooh. See, that's kind of a struggle though, because it's kind of already tight together, though. I really... Okay, I thought that said bitch. I was like, okay, that's funny, but it's birch. So, Anahera. I kind of like that, actually. Maybe if we space it out a little bit. Kerning, I think it's called. Kerning, curling. Okay, then reduce that. Shoot. There's another way to fix this. See, I want to kind of enter it a little bit because it's clinging to the top too much, but I guess if you look outside of that, it looks fine. Just sometimes it doesn't. Get back here. Where are you? Anahera, there you are. Alright, so if you want to get, I want the text to kind of spread out a little bit. So what we could do is, this is the spacing, so we kind of just space that out a little bit, or by a lot. I don't know why suddenly it was like, oh, I'm going to make it like that, but so center it. Make sure this is on the other side of the layer so it's really centered. Anahera. I actually kind of like that. It looks a little bit Western, but I think if we... Well, this should be under most of the layers, so it should look a little bit hidden. I guess not. But maybe if we made it a little bit bigger. No. Okay, and then we can shrink the letters together a little bit so we can fit that extra A. So it says Anahera. And then another thing I like to do is kind of add a little bit of an overlay so it kind of blends. Sometimes you can duplicate the layer, and then I like erasing some of it off so it looks like it's more kind of part of the picture. It's a little hard to, so I think we actually might try, I think, grain merge? Grain merge actually looks pretty cool. I like grain merge a lot. My only concern now is how to fit. I think we're just going to put it on our teeth. Beware the white wolf. Yeah. Or we can make Anahera smaller, but I like how it's kind of spread across the top like that. Like, look at this. Look at this. Terrifying. I know. So we're actually going to, I'm going to try doing this. And I'm actually just going to copy it. Beware the white wolf. Okay, and actually, yeah, we want to shrink that by a bajillion. Yes, specifically by a bajillion. And we want this to be normal. Because we're not making it spread across, we just want it to just be beware the white wolf. And we also want it to be white. I think if it's just white like that, that's not bad. I think that actually could work. Centering it, I don't know. Maybe we can justify it a little bit. No, we can't. Just don't. Just don't. That was a terrible suggestion. Way to go, Michael / Lugnugget / whoever you are. Oh, wait. Ooh, I could do this. I think I can do this. I think I can. I did a little happy dance when I realized what I could possibly do. Oh, but if we can get that to spread across, but it'd have to be really thin. But maybe if it just looks like that, it's okay. Let's see. Maybe we want like, get back here. Okay, so let's look through these a little bit. That's actually a pretty good one. Let's look through some other ones. I don't usually see. I kind of want something that kind of spreads across the text. Not that. It spreads across the table, like just smaller, but spreads across the table. No, and then wait, there's a chiller one around here. I could do that. Ooh. All the possibilities. Wait, actually that one does not look that. I just need to shrink it down a little bit, guys, and then maybe we have ourselves something great. Come on. White wolf, yes! Okay, just shrinking it down. And then we actually want to make you a little bit over there. You want the cursive letters? I mean, I can do the cursive letters. She's really delayed if she said the cursive letters. So, I don't know. See, I like this one. I don't like cursive letters because for the text that you actually have to read, I guess this doesn't really count. Because it's hard to read. I could do cursive letters if you want. Actually, if you want to look at this, because I did just get here, I think it looks really cool. So if you like this better than the cursive, I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I can go back to the cursive letters and look. So just let me know. This is your table, not mine. I'm teaching people about how to make other people tables. So I might go back. With that said, I'm going to get a drink of water really quick. So, because I am having a dry throat. So be right back. And I'm back. Sorry, I should probably prep one of these beforehand. Alright, so she likes it now, so we don't have to use the cursive letters. Alright, and then I should probably prep with a glass of water because my throat was getting really dry. You guys might have heard it crack. It's still cracking a bit, actually. So now for the last part, before we divide it up into a bajillion different pictures, because I have all the options. So now we're just going to make a new layer. This is the, that's the highlight layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the gradient, and we're going to do another table where it kind of merges down. So I'm going to do her bangle right there, but let's see if I can get this right. Nope, I can't. I didn't even, okay, yeah. Learned from my mistake, make sure it's FG to transparent, so we want it black. I really do want it black because it's like she's she's ascending from darkness again. I really like that idea. Maybe we can do a dark red later, but right now I'm looking at making it black. So we're going to do FG to transparent. What that does is it lets this, see, I'll show you in a second. So see, this part is black. This part is black, and she's kind of rising out of that, and it kind of blends. I actually kind of don't like it being that black, so I might actually, I'm going to try something. I actually really like that. However, my only concern with that is, I wonder actually if we do an overlay. Huh. Experimenting is part of table making process. I actually would kind of like to do a darker brown or a darker red instead of just a black, but we want to make sure it's really dark. And maybe it would, and maybe what a cool thing would be. I'm not going to show you guys how I code this thing. I actually need to code a few tables. I think LaKayla still needs her table coded. But what would be a cool thing is if the div layer was black. And let's see. It's probably better if I just actually pick a color. Pick a color, any color. New from visible. Did I pick a color? Yeah, I'm picking colors. So let's find a nice red. This one. This one? Yeah, that one. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then we're just gonna stretch up. And it's not as dark as I'd like it, but it still matches. With what we're going with. And then, so I might try picking a different color. That's a good one. We'll try that one. And I don't usually stretch it so far, but the more you stretch it, the more it kind of blends, and the more space you have to blend it. And then another thing that might actually be worth... Oh, and I'm doing it on the actual picture. You shouldn't do it like that. You should... I just did new from visible because I wanted it to kind of... I wanted to pick colors from it, but you should do it on a separate layer. What I might try to do is kind of because she's emerging out of it, but she's still under that one. So I kind of like her under that one. And what I like doing sometimes, a lot of the times, especially with some textures. These textures, I'm actually going to have fade into it too. So I'm actually going to, yeah, let's bring these down. What are you? What were you? No. Okay, you're gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, so this needs to be under her eye, but above some of the highlights. Actually, maybe I might try something like that where it is under the highlights, but I'm going to do a new layer where we do the same thing, but it's above the highlights. So it's just not like that. Don't do it like that. And then, yeah, because see how that's kind of affecting it. Though, see, that's a struggle because it's making her look more red than white. Okay, so maybe not like... Yeah. How do I do that? Because I do like how white her fur is, but we need to merge this somehow. Ooh, I mean, okay. I got an idea. Why don't we just make the text right here? And it's scrolly text. That way it can be over her, and then you can kind of see what it's like in the background. Also, I take it, Solaris, you also want an image or a avatar of this? I mean, she's going to catch up soon, but we can make a scrolly table. I think actually I think it would actually be best optimal if we make a scrolly table like maybe about this size, so we can kind of see if we're getting my idea where she's emerging from the scrolly table. But yeah, I think that's probably the best chance we got. So yeah, I think we're actually done here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with me a little longer than was necessary, because we were like trying to figure out how to make this a table that it has long text, but really we could just make it a scrolly table and just have the area right here. But yes, thanks for sticking around. I know a lot of you guys weren't exactly here to attend, which is okay. Hope you guys liked the recording. It was a little bit early. Hopefully I'll do them a little bit later. But then it depends, because I really want to make it so that the person can actually be there. So we're going to just keep this up in the air. Maybe a few things will... Thank you, Soul. But yeah, we'll just figure some things out in the future about how this is going to be. It seems like it's becoming more concrete, especially after Andy's table. It's a lot easier to do live streams because then I can just throw the recordings of the raw stuff up. And yeah, so glad you enjoyed it. This is Michael Tombstone. Solaris, tell me if you need anything for me to change. I'll give you a copy of the bangle, the no bangle, fur, no fur, and then I'll have variations in between. And I hope you just love it and use it as much as you can. So thank you so much. This is Michael Tombstone. Have a wonderful day.